Welcome to Almost Here, Round the Corner Future Technology podcasts with Richard Jacobs. Future technologies poised to transform our lives for better or worse are the focus of this podcast. Almost here means these technologies are now here and starting to be used, or just around the corner, from Bitcoin to artificial intelligence, 3D printing, blockchain, virtual reality, and more.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Future Tech Podcast. I'm your host, Juliet Lemar, and joining us today is Alex Membrillo. He is the CEO at Cardinal Digital Marketing. Welcome, Alex.
Thanks for having me, Juliet.
Absolutely. So why don't you go ahead and start us off? For people who are not familiar with your company, give us a little bit of background about Cardinal Digital Marketing.
Yeah, thanks for asking. So we are a digital marketing agency based on the right coast in Atlanta, Georgia. And we are focused on two things, SEO and paid search. So we have a pretty narrow focus. We help our clients gain visibility on Google. So when their customers are looking for them, they are found and they become clients of our customers. And we have a few different industries that we specialize, one of them being healthcare. Another one that we have done a lot of work in is restaurants and law firms. And so we have a pretty narrow focus here at Cardinal, and we're always looking to find the next great client that we can help ignite growth in.
That's fantastic. And, you know, the further along we get in this world, I feel like the more digital marketing just overwhelms any other kind of marketing you can possibly do. Are there companies that strictly do digital marketing?
Yeah, there's a lot of digital-only agencies now. And what you're seeing is a lot of the traditional agencies, the big ad agencies and PR companies that kind of ruled the roost, the Mad Men style agencies, a lot of them are now saying that they are digital and they're opening up digital arms and things like that. But we have always been digital only. It's what we know best. And it's enabled us to really help grow our clients because we focus on only a few things. But yes, there are plenty of digital only agencies now. And then you also have the big traditional ones that are pretending to be. So lots of fun options for our clients.
Absolutely. And so many different ways to choose from, like, you know, Google ads, you've got social media ads, you've got, you know, all different kinds of stuff. I'm sure it depends, but what are, you know, some of the most popular and probably most effective ways for people to advertise?
Yeah, so, it depends was a good answer, but I will say 90% of the time, Google is the best bet for driving high value, low cost leads. A good bit of search traffic comes through Google's organic search, which are kind of free clicks. And then you also have the paid auction bidding clicks, which can be quite cost effective. Google's different than just about any other form of advertising in that when we go to Google, we are actively searching for a solution, right? Whereas when you're watching TV and you see a TV ad, that's kind of a blanket ad that they're showing to everybody that's in a zip code. On Facebook, we're showing ads to people that are in a certain demographic and income range and sex and race and gender. But still, I don't know on Facebook if they really want to be served that ad, whereas on Google, I do know they are asking to be specifically served an ad around the service they're looking for. So Google typically works better than anything. The only caveat I would say can be retail at times and restaurants. Restaurants, Facebook, and display advertising works really well for gaining brand awareness. Google doesn't work as well for those two industries. But I would say Google almost 90% of the time is the best bet for most businesses.
Yeah, I know as a consumer, when I'm scrolling through Instagram or I'm searching on Google, when I get a targeted ad that is something I've been actively looking for and I haven't already bought, I guess there's that fine line. I like that. I like seeing, check out this new clothing brand or jewelry line or, makeup or skincare. And then I'm like, wow, okay, this ad really is speaking to me and I don't mind seeing it. But then there's that fine line of, okay, say you already bought your night cream or whatever, and you're seeing the same ad over and over again for that same product. That is so annoying.
Yeah, it is annoying. And there's still a lot of things to work out in advertising. And sometimes they can't detect that you already bought it or you bought it from a competitor, so they don't have that checkout cookie in place. So they don't know that you've already purchased it and to stop serving you those remarketing ads. So sometimes the advertising that we do can be repetitive and intrusive, but more often than not, we want it to be anticipatory in that we are kind of guessing at what you are going to need next, and we hope that it is going to be useful, relevant, and timely. And of course, sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. And the way we gauge that is by return on investment. If we don't see a lot of people clicking on our ads or becoming customers of our clients, then we know those ads are being ineffective when we shift budgets elsewhere. So hopefully, as digital marketing evolves, you're going to have better agencies, better marketers, and some of that kind of harassing, repetitive advertising is going to stop.
Yeah, so now the next question, I guess, is a little bit of a two-parter. It's, what are some of the biggest challenges that you encounter in the marketing space? And what specifically is Cardinal doing and excelling at to address those?
Yeah, so data attribution is the biggest challenge. So, there's tons of data out there, and we've heard for a long time, we got data, and we got AI, and all this fun stuff is coming around, but it's not the data that has the data has the answers, but the data is not the answer, right? It takes someone or something going through it and sifting to find insights. And so what we are finding is the biggest gap in marketing currently, especially for our healthcare clients, is our clients know how much they spent on advertising with us, and we know how many leads we drove, but we don't know how many of those leads became patients, and we don't know which campaigns drove patients. And so that's a huge gap we are trying to solve with our new technology called Patient Stream. Patient Stream is a healthcare marketing platform we are developing currently that integrates or forms an integration between your Google and Facebook advertising with your EMR and CRM, meaning we will know which campaigns from Google and Facebook are not only driving great leads, but which ones are driving patients, thereby enabling us to get rid of all campaigns that are not driving high-value patients, effectively doubling your return on investment for the same amount of money that you're spending, because we're going to be able to cut out so much of the wasted ad spend.
That's fantastic. I mean, that's, like you said, a huge problem, and that's coming through your solutions. So why would people choose Cardinal? What about Cardinal Digital Marketing is really setting you apart from other companies that are doing a similar thing?
Yep, I agree. Yep, great question. And so with a lot of service-based business, a lot of people will point to experience in certain verticals. And so we have that. We've worked with a ton of small businesses, restaurants, and healthcare. So when a client comes to us in those spaces, we are able to provide a lot of expertise because we've been doing it for a decade, and we have lots of client case studies to reference, and we have the best practices. But the one thing that I would say separates us apart is our technology in the restaurant and healthcare space. I can speak ad nauseum about the experience and expertise that we have, but a lot of other agencies have similar experiences as we do, especially when you get into the upper echelon. And so really our differentiator is our technology. With Patient Stream and a few other technology platforms we developed, we have insights that no other agencies are able to glean, meaning our advertising is far more effective than other agencies, or so I'm told by a lot of our clients.
Absolutely. So for you, Alex, what are some of the biggest lessons that you've learned by working in this space and at Cardinal?
Yeah, so the biggest lesson for me is a lot of it has come from leadership of the agency. I think Steve Jobs said it best. It's our job as leaders to find the smartest people and then get the hell out of their way. I may have added the HE double hockey sticks part in there, but that's probably the only thing I'm really good at Cardinal, is hiring people smarter than me and trying to get out of their way. So that's the biggest learning lesson. I don't try to micromanage shit. I don't even know that I really manage. I just make sure that we're all kind of rowing in the same direction. So that's been a big learning experience. And of course, trying to solve these data issues for our clients so that we give them a leg up has been the biggest eye-opening experience for us on the marketing side. And now we're not only trying to run a services agency, but we are developing technology and trying to run a software company within a services agency. So fun challenges. Lots of companies have failed at in one or two or both. We are succeeding so far, but can change any minute. So we don't sleep much.
Hopefully you sleep a little bit sometimes. So what is next for Cardinal? And give us a little screenshot of the next couple years of the company.
Yep. So we're going to see fundamental shifts here at Cardinal over the next 5 years. We're going to still maintain our best-in-class delivery of marketing services, but what you're going to start to see from us is we are going to lead with our technology rather than leading with our services. Our technology will gain the insights that we need after we do a good bit of data digging, and then we will have the marketing experts there to make any changes the technology and our artificial intelligence platforms are telling us to change. So rather than leading with agency services, we're going to start taking a different approach and really leveraging our technology more here in the next few years.
All right. So now walk us through, if we were a client coming to you for marketing solutions. Walk us through that process. Tell us a little bit about your platform, how you interact with people, et cetera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the first thing we do is several weeks of consultation, and this can frustrate our clients because they come to us and they want quick solutions. They have a pain point and they want it fixed, but we are very careful not to onboard any project that we cannot really help with. And so we go through several weeks of consultation and make sure that there is a genuine opportunity for our clients to grow and that we have the skills and abilities to be able to do that. Once we do form a partnership, you've got another 30 days of research, strategy, and then recommendations that the client and our team have to sign off on. And then we kind of hit the ground running. Once we've all agreed to a certain set of tactics that are going to be employed, we plug our clients into the various technology platforms that we use, and we get going very fast. I believe in moving as fast as possible in the first 90 days. Our clients need to see big wins. I want them to see big wins because they've invested a lot into us at that point. And so we move very fast, where I think other agencies are more pragmatic and they'll spread their work out over a year. I want our clients to succeed within 90 days.
That's fantastic. Tell us a little bit about, we've talked a little bit about the technology, and you have two specific things. Well, you've got more than two, but Ladybug and Gimodo, and you have also you have a patent stream because people are coming with new ideas. Can you give us just a little deep dive on those? Yeah,
absolutely. So Patient Stream is a healthcare marketing platform we talked about that we're going to be leading with for our medical clients that we're really excited about. But something else very cool that we developed a few years ago for our client, Papa John's, they came to us and they said, our franchisees are really hurting. They really want advertising around their store. And there just doesn't seem to be nothing exists online that enables them to run advertising centered around their store, let's say on Peachtree Street in Atlanta. Everything we do as a corporate franchise kind of is done at the market level. So the guy in Atlanta, 10 miles away, is getting unequivalent amounts of advertising as the guy 10 miles from there. So we developed Gimodo to enable our franchisees to be able to run advertising around their location specifically. So we are able to set up 3,000 Facebook ad campaigns at one time and run advertising around those people's store. So we were really proud of Gimodo. Papa John's tested it out in 100 stores. It's since rolled it out to all 3,000 plus. Then Tropical Smoothie picked it up, and we have another 2 or 3 franchises that run the Gimodo program. So once again, it's Cardinal not only coming with our services approach, but trying to develop best-in-class technology that gives our clients a leg up.
That's great. So if people are, interested in getting started with their company, they want to sign up, what is the best way to go about that?
If they're looking to sign up, so definitely look for Cardinal Digital Marketing. You can type in Atlanta Digital Marketing Agency. We usually come up at the top of Google. I'd suggest reading up on our agency, seeing if you feel like there would be a fit, and then reaching out directly. You can also find me on LinkedIn, Alex Membrillo, spelled like quesadilla, sounds like embryo.
Oh, what a great way to remember it. I love that. I love that. And in closing, I don't know if you can share any use case scenarios or any company success stories, but do you have any stories that you would like to share with us?
Yeah, so the Papa John's and Tropical Smoothie case studies have worked out really well. On the healthcare side, we help grow 90 location urgent cares all the way up to 200 location dental practices. So they come to us for, once again, centralized advertising around each location. And we've helped double lead volume for a lot of those clients. And now what we're trying to do is understand how many of those leads are actually turning into patients with our new technology patient stream. So we're looking forward to some new challenges. We will be keeping everybody in the medical space abreast of everything that we have coming down the pipeline.
That is so important and just such a huge undertaking. So congratulations and good luck with that. And Alex, thank you so much for coming on Future Tech Podcast and sharing your company and your insight with us. It's been really a pleasure to speak with you.
Yeah, sweet. Thanks for having me, Juliet.
That was Alex Membrillo. He is the CEO at Cardinal Digital Marketing. Again, their website is cardinaldigitalmarketing.com. Check them out. This has been Juliet Lemar with Future Tech Podcast. Thank you all so much for tuning in.
You have been listening to Almost Here, Around the Corner Future Technology Podcast with Richard Jacobs. Subscribe to this podcast, post a review to discover more future technologies that are poised to transform our lives for better or worse, such as Bitcoin, artificial intelligence, 3D printing, blockchain, virtual reality, and more.